If a mugger crocodile were dropped into the Amazon, could it rule this rainforest? You just cracked open your eggshell, head not even fully out yet, and you're sent flying by a tail whip. A black caiman is devouring your brothers and sisters. All over the ground, wet, newly hatched baby crocodiles are crawling around frantically. To it, this is an all-you-can-eat moving buffet. Gobbling them up one by one, you freeze on the spot, not daring to make a single move. And it's precisely this moment that saves your life. Crocodiles react to movement. Whichever moves the most is attacked first. Meanwhile, with your unusually white body lying completely still, you look least like a piece of meat to be eaten. It glides right past the tip of your snout. In the days that follow, you slowly realize that your albinism makes living in this river require several times more effort than for others just to survive. When you submerge in the water, that white skin still gleams with light, visible from far away. Herons in the sky and big fish in the water all keep their eyes on the newly hatched hatchlings, and the easiest one to spot is you. You can only crawl into the deepest mud and thickest weeds, hiding in the dark against the riverbed. Except to surface for air, you soak motionless for half a day. Besides hiding, to fill your stomach, you learn from a vague instinct in your memory, hiding among aquatic plants and waiting for prey to deliver itself. A fish comes swimming lazily by, still half a meter away from the weeds, and you can no longer hold back. You lunge out abruptly. Water splashes as you plunge headfirst into the mud, coming up empty-handed. Once, twice every single time you come up just short, until you learn to endure that extra half step. This time, as a fish approaches, you stay still, watching it swim closer inch by inch. When it reaches the edge of the weeds, you whip your neck violently, snapping sideways and catching it in your jaws. The fish is small, but it's the very first meal you earned on your own. Days pass, and you're still alive. It's not because of how strong you are. You're just good at laying low, which is your greatest asset for survival. Now, you are twice the size you were at hatching, and much bolder as well. You've grown tired of that muddy pond. The water is shallow, and food is scarce. You want to explore the surroundings, to see if there is a better place. You set your eyes on a spot rich in fish, with dense aquatic plants. Occupying it is a nearly full-grown spectacled caiman. In the past, you would have detoured away long ago, but this time you don't hide. You swim straight toward it. It strikes first, whipping sideways, and clamping down on your front leg. Teeth sink into your flesh, and the pain makes your vision blur. You try to break free, but its grip is tight. The two of you tumble together in the water, mud and white scales twisting together. You twist your head and bite hard into its flank, the thinnest and softest part of its armor. With a sudden violent twist of your body, you roll it in the water. Water bursts around you, blinding both of you. Its entire body is twisted off the riverbed by you. Unable to shake you off, it can no longer hold out, and floats there motionless. It backs down, and you release your grip. You didn't bite it to death, nor could you. It turns around and, staying close to the bottom, slowly retreats. You won. A cost is a deep gash on your front leg. Starting today, this small piece of territory belongs to you. You crawl onto the riverbank to dry your wound, but you can't stay under the sun for long. Your albino skin can't take the sun. You can only sink back beneath the water, slowly waiting for the wound to heal on its own. You are no longer that little white hatchling hiding in the grass. You have won your very first territory of your own. In the dry season of the second year, you reach 3 meters and 250 pounds. Yet the rainy season is stubbornly late in coming. The river shrinks inward in shrinking circles, and herds of tapirs and deer crowd to the riverbank to drink that very last bit of water. Yet you are not the only one eyeing this prey. There is always something pacing on the bank, black spots among the thorns, walking silently. That is a jaguar. Crouched in the grass by the water's edge, it waits motionless for half a day, its eyes fixed on every silhouette, lowering its head to drink. It catches sight of you, too. Your white body can't hide in the murky water, easily spotted from far away. That afternoon, as usual, you rest submerged near the shore, exposing only your nostrils in the shallow water. Mugger crocodiles possess a palatal valve. With a membrane at the back of the throat, they can keep just their nostrils above water to breathe, and even open their jaws underwater to bite prey, without getting water flooded into their lungs. Suddenly, the water's surface explodes. A flash of golden fur slams down from the bank, pinning down your back, and biting down hard on the back of your neck. Its teeth collide with your bony armor, crunching, failing to bite through. Refusing to let go, it digs all four paws into the mud, hauling backward with all its strength. You are being dragged out of the water. Your forelegs kick back together, carving 4 deep grooves into the mud, yet you're still being pulled toward dry land. Seizing the right moment, in an instant, you slam your entire weight violently back toward the water. The momentum of 200 pounds drags it tumbling down the slope with you. Splash! The water swallows both of you whole. Once in the water, the tables turn completely. You clamp onto one of its hind legs and immediately go into a death roll. Spinning fast and fierce, you drag its entire body under. It thrashes frantically with all 4 paws, holding its breath and trying to push up. But against your downward force, it can't push back. You pin it into the muddy bottom. The patch of light above shrinks smaller and smaller. It stops moving and slowly floats upward. The fiercest hunter on land, drowned in a realm it had never set foot in. You didn't pick this fight. It came looking for you. After this battle, nothing dares pounce on you from the bank again. You also realize that your power was never on land. As long as you can drag your opponent into the water, the outcome's yours to decide. By the time the rain finally falls and the river rises back, you are 4 meters long and 600 pounds. You've become an apex predator. Yet there is one creature by the river you've never dared to touch. A tapir weighing over 400 pounds, the largest herbivore in this forest. It has a thick neck and a bite force of around 700 pounds. But where it's truly troublesome isn't on land. It's in the water. You've seen it enter the water, just a swift silhouette diving in, taking half a day to pop its nose above the surface, for a single breath. Once it gets into the water, you might not even catch up to it. You need to use another tactic, ambush. That tapir comes every late afternoon, treading the same muddy path in the forest, walking to the exact same watering hole at the shore, lowering its head to drink. Day after day, you lie submerged at the bottom of the watering hole, exposing only your eyes, watching it come, watching it leave, completely motionless as you memorize where its feet land. On the 3rd evening, you submerge directly beneath that watering hole in advance. The tapir comes down the muddy path, walks to the watering hole, and dips its snout into the water. The water surface violently explodes. You lunge upward, grabbing its neck in a vice grip, yanking it entirely off the shore, and dragging it into deep water. 5 minutes later, the largest herbivore in this forest lies motionless. From that day on, among the prey coming to drink by this river, not a single one can escape your ambush. After taking down that tapir, you quickly reach full maturity, measuring 6 meters in length and weighing a full 2 tons. There is nothing left in this river as huge as you. Yet there is still an old score you have never settled. That black caiman is still around, lying on a piece of rotting log at the bottom of the water. Seeing you raise your body, throating out a raspy, muffled roar, you charge straight up along the riverbed and bite hard into its flank. Going wild, it turns and bites the side of your face, its teeth striking your bony armor without piercing through. It deploys its signature death roll, desperate to fight you to the death. But it's 4 meters long, and you're 6 meters. Just as it turns half a revolution, you flip it over completely and pin it back to the riverbed. The water churns into a pot of thick mud. The more it struggles, the tighter you squeeze, leaving it thrashing around in vain. The commotion grows weaker and weaker. Both of its eyes stare dead at you, with something in its gaze that it never would have had back then. This single look is exactly what you've been waiting for. You bite down viciously. A mugger's teeth were never meant for slicing meat. With a bite force of over 80,000 newtons, it easily crushes any prey. Its bones crack like brittle shells under your bite in the river. You look down at it. It struggles twice, then grows silent. A few years later, you are already a massive beast, 8 meters long and weighing 3 tons. The dry season in October is far from over, and the river shrinks inward in circles, shrinking until the water surface is only 2 meters wide. If it shrinks any further, you'll be trapped to death here. Your white skin binds you to the water for life. You swim downstream along the drying riverbed, heading to find the main channel that never runs dry no matter the drought. The water widens along the way, growing deeper and cooler. That vast, open river in the distance unfolds before your eyes. You settle down in this great river. Here the water is deep and food is plentiful both in the water and on the bank. Over 2 years, you grow to 10 meters long, reaching the absolute largest size of your life and becoming the king of this stretch of river. Following this great river, you move section by section into deeper waters. That day, you turn into a pool you've never visited before. The moment you enter, you feel something is off. It's too quiet. A place like this should have schools of large fish, caimans basking in the sun along the shore, and birds squawking overhead. Yet the surface here is flat as a mirror. You see no living creature at all. Being this quiet makes it downright eerie. Your long sensory line skims the surface, sensing a heavy, slow force, surging pulse by pulse from the depths of the pool, as if some giant creature is breathing over there. Following this energy, you look over. In the murky bottom lies a thick, long piece of rotting log. That heavy force is emanating pulse by pulse right from its body. Suddenly, it moves, slowly slithering out along the bottom, section by section, seemingly endless. Only when its full body leaves the riverbed do you see clearly that it is a 13-meter titanoboa. It was another hypothetical creature dropped in long ago, and it's somehow still alive. This pool is its lair. It spots you and accelerates toward you. Striking first, you burst from the water and bite toward its neck. It dodges you with a sidestep, while coiling around your midsection, constricting tighter and tighter, loop by loop. Your forelegs thrash frantically, unable to leverage any power. You try to roll over, but it coils too tightly. You can't turn. Those coils constrict tighter and tighter, the scales on the snake's body flaring up. Yet this crushing force pressing on you merely leaves a few white marks on your thick back armor. It can trap you, but it cannot crush you. Refusing to panic, you stay calm. Inside its coils, you slowly turn your head, inch by inch, bringing your jaws close to its body, and then bite down hard. 8 tons of bite force sink in. Your teeth break through hide and flesh effortlessly. It goes completely berserk instantly. The coils wrapping around you tighten violently, but you give it no second chance. Locking your jaws onto it without letting go, you start rolling on the spot, spinning turn after turn. With every roll you make, that gash rips open a little wider, staining the entire water surface crimson red. By the time you stop, the massive beast longer than you has stopped moving in your jaws. You release your bite and watch it sink straight down, sinking back into the rotting tree roots where it lay for years. You surface to the water, opening your mouth to take a deep breath. As the mist slowly clears, you float right there, your white body gleaming in the sun. The day you cracked open your shell, this white skin saved you once. Yet ever since then, it became a burden you couldn't shake off. You were too eye-catching to hide. For everything, you had to put in twice as much effort as other crocs. Out of your clutch of over 40, every single one was better at hiding than you. Yet in the end, not one survived. Only you, the one who couldn't hide or duck away, has made it to this day. And now, not a single creature in this river dares to swim anywhere near you.